Guys, stay tuned if you want to see how this happened. Oh man, this hurt. Alright guys, I know it's been a minute since we've had this thing out, but don't worry. We're going to do some conversions, if you will. It's still going to be 8S, but we're putting a different motor in it to obtain the speeds I want. Upgrade, upgrade time. So this ESC, I thought, took a crap when the tire smacked it. So what I did is I got in contact with Castle. I ended up shipping it out to them, to their warranty department, and they did all their checks on it, and what they found out was, according to them, nothing was really wrong with it other than the fact that this fan I put on here, they said, is way too big for the ESC. They said that runs, the fan port that's on the ESC only runs a half of an amp. That fan's pulling 0.6 amps, and it's a temperature controlled output. They said run that directly into your your receiver, no more issues. They said once they unplugged it all, it seemed to work just fine. Even though when I had it on the bench, I unplugged everything. All I did was cross over the switch wires and then plug the battery into it, and it still wouldn't kick on. But since they sent it back to me, I've tried it and it does work now. So don't know what went on with that, but they sent it back to me and said everything's fine. But that didn't stop me, because I was told that could take up to 12 to 14 weeks to get back. It didn't even take half that time, guys. It only took maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, somewhere in that time range, to send it out, get it diagnosed, and sent back to me. But since I thought it was going to be 12 to 14, even 16 weeks to get it back, I went ahead and ordered something else. Boom, that's what I ordered. We got an XLX2 with a 20 series. It's a 2028 1100 kV big motor to put in there, and the XLX2 ESC, which dwarfs the Mamba Monster X. Guys, this thing's gonna be so much fun and so fast. But here's another thing. The reason I wanted to show you guys this today was because, as much searching as I've done online, I haven't seen many, if any at all, people showing how to do the conversion. Because let's be honest, this behemoth of a motor isn't going to fit in there. There's no way. There's not enough room. But I see them all the time with the motors over here, but I've not seen anybody actually show on video how they do the conversion. So I'm going to do the conversion on a time lapse. That way you guys can see how I did it. All we're going to do is take this motor out completely, take the differential and rotate it around to where the motor mounts on this side, and we're going to get rid of these battery boxes. And then we also have to get rid of the e-brake or parking brake, whatever you want to call this thing. We got to get rid of that servo because there's not going to be enough room. And on top of that, we're also installing spools, a center spool with a 30-tooth pinion. That'll get rid of the center differential. We're going to install a rear spool that'll get rid of the rear differential, and we're going to install a front spool that will get rid of the front differential. And the spur gear I'm running is a 45 tooth. So with all this is going to take quite a bit of time to do and get it to look nice. And I've also decided to run different batteries than what I was running. So like I said, we're going to bring those over here. We're going to mount the batteries up here instead of back here. And that way we can run either one of these small 1500 milliamp 4S lipos for the fans, or maybe one of these 3S lipos for the fans, and get them completely off that circuit, and it'll be a standalone setup. Because I really like these fans. They definitely help with temperatures. Oh, and by the way, at 114 miles an hour with this ESC on 8S, this never peaked above 161 degrees, which in my opinion on a 90-degree day is incredible. The motor, on the other hand, is a different story. That got up there a little bit. To be honest with you, I don't know the exact temperature, but I know it got hot enough where you couldn't touch it. And that's when I put this fan on. But we're going to this big 2028. I mean, guys, look, this thing is huge. Here, let me show you. This right here is the original motor that came in this car. That's the motor that's going in it. Dude, it is huge. I mean, not even a comparison. This looks like a toy compared to that. And also, we're not stopping with just that. We got a set of these GT8 Contact Shore 35 Shore tires. These are just slightly bigger than the factory tires. When I say slightly, like maybe 2 millimeter, maybe 3 millimeter taller. So that's not a lot, but that's also an additional speed element. And I won't be doing this to tires anymore. I mean, 114 miles an hour, it said, see you later, we're done. And we've also got the new body to put on this car. We've already got it cut out, ready to go. There's a few small trimming things I need to do to it still, like right here. It's just sitting there, it's really not mounted, but we got those things to do. Hopefully we have this all done by this weekend. That way we can run it soon. So guys, as you just seen, just stripped it down. It didn't take but maybe 10 minutes to do this. Now, I am using power tools to do this, so if you're not, it might take you 25-30 minutes to do this, but everything is off of it, which means now we can start putting it together the way we want to fit the way it needs to. There's going to be a lot of cutting and trimming and making everything fit the way it should. Anyway, let's get back to the time lapse. don't know if you guys can see them tire marks. Straight into that concrete block here. That's where it hit. It was doing well over 100 miles an hour. And there's the car. We got GPS. I don't even know what this is, part of the GPS. Or the GPS. The battery out of the GPS. Oh, there's a LiPo. There's the motor. I don't think that's done yet. Oh, poor car. Poor car. Poor car. Oh, there's nothing left of this that's any use. Hey, the ESC's still in one piece. I'll take it. Oh man. Oh, that mount's bent. The differential's done. Oh, carbon fiber's done.
Really hope that you're
That battery's done. Hey, there's a gear. Hey, you know what? Really think about it. That motor in ESC is okay. That's more expensive than the whole entire car. I'll buy a rolling chassis. I'll be back to it. Oh, well, speed run's gone wrong. So, clearly you guys just seen me hit essentially a freaking brick wall. That was a hard hit, guys. This is such an expensive build, and this one really hurts to see happen. Doesn't mean I'm done with it, just means I'm gonna have to buy a new rolling chassis to fix this thing. It is pretty much obliterated. The body's done. There's no salvaging that body. And believe it or not, there's a lot of good parts here. This ESC, I put it in on the data logger. It still works perfectly fine after taking a hit like that. So I'm pretty impressed with that. But in the servo and receiver, that's still good. But that's pretty much all that's good. I mean, all 4 springs are destroyed. The chassis is destroyed. The drive shafts are bent. They're all missing. Nope. All right, so there's one here. There's one there. The rest of them are missing. I mean, there's nothing really usable except for the hard pieces. I'll pull these differentials out. I'll save those. I'll save the ESC. I'll save the receiver. I might save 1 or 2 pieces of carbon fiber that's left. I mean, that's junk. This one is pretty much junk. The winglets are gone. This is the only good piece left. Oh, guys, I hope you, unfortunately for me, I hope you guys enjoyed what you see. Hopefully it brought you some sort of entertainment. Please like and subscribe. I mean, this was such an expensive hit. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.